What's up, everybody? This is Nick Video. This is another episode of Skooled coming at you. Today I want to talk about the ladies. I want to talk about women warriors in history. I'm going to start with the most famous woman warrior, Joan of Arc, or the Maid of Orleans. She's famous for her role in the 100 Years' War between the French and the British. Her prophecies that France was supposed to be saved by a virgin. So when she stepped up to help her country, a lot of people thought that it was ordained by God. Especially when she stated that she had visions from God that she started having at the age of 13. This, combined with the correct prediction she gave about a battle, was enough for the king to place her at the front of the army. And even though she helped win the siege of Orleans and went back to battle after being wounded, when she was captured by the Burgundians and sold to the English for 10,000 francs, French king made no attempt to have her set free. Eventually, she was tried for 70 counts, including witchcraft, and was burned at the stake. In fact, she wasn't even made a saint until 1920. And next I want to talk about a group of women that were an inspiration for the DC character Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was supposed to be an Amazon, and the Amazon were written about by the ancient Greeks. They wrote about giant woman warriors from the East. Well, they weren't any bigger than Greek women, and they weren't called Amazons, they were called Sarmatians, but they were great warriors. They're the ancestors of modern-day Armenians, like your homies, the Kardashians. If Kim was born 2,000 years ago, she'd have to fit that ass in some armor. In fact, the Sarmatians would brand a baby girl's right breast so that it wouldn't develop and get in the way of her loosing arrows. And there have been several graves excavated in that part of the world of women warriors buried with their armor and their weaponry. But I think my favorite woman warrior was Boudica, Queen of the Iceni, which was a Celtic tribe in southern England. It was common for Celtic women to fight in battle, and when her husband died, Rome didn't stick to their deal of only taking half of his estate. Instead, they took all of his land, raped his daughters, and whipped Boudica publicly. Now, she led a revolt around the year 60 AD. She had some success, and she even destroyed the Roman military camp Londinium, which is present-day London. But she was eventually defeated. Rather than be displayed on a parade in Rome and then publicly executed, she went ahead and drank poison. Now, we're not sure what kind of poison it is, but I'm pretty sure it was Mad Dog 2020. And last but not least, the African Joan of Arc. Her real name was Kimpa Vita, and she fought to unify the Congolese kingdom at a time in the 1700s when Eurocentrism was being pushed on African cultures. She blended her native Congo culture with Christianity, and she preached that Jesus was a black man. And she was long considered a witch because it seemed impossible to kill her in battle. And eventually, she was caught, and her and one of her sons were burned at the stake, just like the original Joan of Arc. She didn't die in vain, however. Her teachings inspired her followers to rebel in a famous rebellion in South Carolina and in Haiti, where they were actually able to overthrow the French and gain their independence. Pope Paul VI refused to make a saint of her in 1966 like they did for the original Joan of Arc in 1920, which in my opinion is just blatant racism. Pope Paul VI. This was another episode of Skooled. Go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave comments, engage with me. This is Nick Video. We'll see you soon.